So, I had a goal for July 4th. It was to catch at least one train on July 4th. And well, I completed that goal. Special thanks to Testing Account 12 Productions for letting me know about the weed sprayer train. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to catch it. Anyways, we began our chase over at Lake Elmo, but due to a July 4th parade at one of the crossing gates that I usually film at, I had to move spots down the line. We soon decided to try and catch them going over one of the bridges, which turned out successfully. The next spot we saw them at was at St. Paul, at Atlantic Street. Now, this was the first time I'd filmed a train there ever since 2025. So, pretty cool experience for me. Our original plan was to go catch them at Hoffman Yard. However, they were taking a really long time to get there. But there was a surprise waiting there for us. Yep, one of the CPKC 250th anniversary units was at Pig's Eye Yard, shoving back into the yard to pick up something. But it was a real coincidence we caught them on July 4th too. This one was also the only one I've ever recorded moving so far. After that, we made our way to South St. Paul to see what we could catch. Sadly, it was only a bunch of light locomotives moving to probably get some freight cars. We were on a time crunch, so we had to end our journey real quick. But we did catch one more train at Newport, and the locomotive leading it was a familiar one. Now, if you're wondering why that random SD78 is so familiar to me, well, it's because I caught it as a DPU literally months earlier. And there's also a Union Pacific ST70M I caught 3 times with the same number. Well, after seeing that KCS SD78 leading that manifest train, a BNSF grain train snuck up behind it, and I didn't get to record it. It was too fast. You know, now that I think about it, if I had a nickel for every time a BNSF train snuck up behind me and was blocked by another train at the same spot, I'd have 3. Which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened 3 times. But wait, there's still one more train that I saw. I heard that an eastbound train was going to come down at Lake Elmo on the Altoona subdivision, and since there was still a bit of sunlight out, I decided, why not go out and catch it? This was also the longest train I've ever seen on the Altoona subdivision. And that concludes my July 4th railfanning experience. It was pretty cool. Saw some neat stuff. We saw like 4 rare things actually. And I saw Canadian Pacific 7021 too. But yeah, it was pretty nice. See y'all in the next one, and happy 4th of July. Even though I'm late.